Hi guys, it's Shelly. Welcome to chapter review for chapters 1 through 5. Hopefully you're liking the book so far. We're not too far into it, just kind of getting a taste for what's gonna be coming in the story, just getting a kind of a feeling for all of the different characters that you meet in the story. I do have some questions though, some things to think about while you're reading. My first question though is, I'm sure you noticed that Willa loves sea creatures. She loves the ocean. She loves all of the animals and the life that you'll find in the ocean. It's actually one of the very first things she says, right? How much she loves the ocean and that Nolan Rossi is stupid. But we know she's not always the nicest person. So you see the way that the things that she loves colors like all of the things that she talks about and the things that she says. So my question to you is, do you love anything that much? Are there things in your life that you love so much that it colors the way that you talk to people or the things that you think about or the way that you compare things in your life to them? So just something to be thinking about. Maybe discuss it with a parent or a teacher, but a good question to be thinking about. She talks about feather stars. That's one of those creatures that she loves so much that her mom studies. I am going to put in the link in the description, I am going to put in the description a link, that's what I'm trying to say, to some feather stars swimming, so you can see what it looks like to watch feather stars swimming. It's amazing. It is. It simply is. And then at the end of 4, at the beginning of 4, I think it is, yeah, she talks about sea bunnies. So I'll put in a link for at least some pictures of sea bunnies, if not a video, if I can find a video. I'll send that to you too. And so you can see those creatures. They are fascinating. Feather stars, they look like plants. And for the longest time, actually, scientists believed that they were plants. They just thought that they were plants at the bottom of the ocean, on the ocean floor, and they're just kind of stuck to like coral, like they wave and as the water moves and stuff like that. And they thought that the coral or the ocean floor, things like that, they thought that they were just plants. But then one time they saw them walking across the floor of the ocean, and this wasn't even that long ago, you guys. I mean, as far as like how long scientists have been around studying the ocean, it's definitely older than you are. But then they realized, oh my goodness, these are animals. And so they studied them much more closely and were able to figure out that they were animals. But they were like, they're these animals that walk along the floor of the thing. And then one time they saw them swimming in the ocean and they went, oh, they don't just walk, they can swim. So they're like really not plants. They're in so many ways such interesting creatures. And they're some of the oldest. They were here before dinosaurs, you guys. This is a very old plant. And I think one of the places you will find the most fossils for crinoids, which is what feather stars are, is in Iowa. So if you ever have the opportunity to look around Iowa for fossils, you might be able to find one. Maybe you live in Iowa. That'd be cool too. All right. Let's see. I have another question here. It says, Willa moves from, the island in Washington out to Japan and then back. Those moves had to be kind of hard. Have you guys ever moved before? It's kind of a tricky thing to do, huh? What does it feel like to all of a sudden be in a whole new place? If you've ever done that before, like what is that like? Or if you've never done it before, can you imagine what it would be like to have moved away from all of the things that you used to know and have to get used to a whole different place? Let's see, what other questions do I have? Willa has a big new family. It's loud, it's crazy, it's hard for her, huh? Because it's so different than what she's used to. As a reader, do you think that Willa is being fair to her new family? Like her description of them, is that like perfect how they really are? Or do you think maybe she sees them a little different than maybe the truth is? Or do you think she's doing her best? What do you think? Do you think that when you're reading a story or listening to a story being told by a person that you can trust all of the things that they say about what they experience? I mean, there's always going to be truth to it, right? Because why would somebody be telling lies? I mean, in general, they're trying to tell the truth. But just because they're trying to tell the truth, is it always perfectly the truth? Have you ever heard somebody tell a story about yourself that you thought, huh, I think I see that story very differently than you see that story? So just some things to think about. Hopefully those are some questions to get you going through there. If you guys have any other questions for me, put them in the thing and I'll answer them. Send me a note. Ask me on social media and I can answer any of your questions. I hope you guys are having a good time. Bye.